This full moon in September, September the 17th, it's gonna be out of this world. It's gonna be something so crazy, so different. It's so amazing. It's so exciting. It's in Pisces, so I'm gonna go into that a little bit for you in a little bit, to give you some more ideas around that. And it's in eclipse season. And eclipse season is miracle season, basically. It's a season of breakthrough. So this is quite a powerful one. And every month I do a journey, like a group journey with the full moon, and I'm so excited about this one because I'm bringing Ho'oponopono into it, and for the first time ever it's going to be 4 days. So not the usual 3 days, but 4 days at the same price, just because I felt it so exciting, and I wanted to really, I was like saying, okay, what can I leave out? What can I leave out? And I'm like, I don't want to leave anything out. Let's just make the journey longer. So welcome to this video. My name is Adrian Nelson. I am a medical intuitive. I'm a psychic healer. I'm a tarot reader, astrologist, numerologist, quite a lot of things, Reiki master, Theta healer. Very, very excited to be here with you. Welcome to the video. If it's your first time here, I'd like to welcome you. And if you've coming back, welcome back. If you haven't yet done so, do consider subscribing to the channel. I do also put out regular general zodiac tarot readings. The last one that I brought out was actually for the 1st till the 17th of September, so be sure to go and check that out. I'm also going to draw a card for each of your zodiac energies for this full moon that's coming up. And obviously it's just a general message. Maybe look at your sun, moon, rising, ascending. Maybe for this one, especially look at your Mars, because your Mars is a lot about breakthroughs, transformations, but all of the challenges that goes along with it, and how we sometimes sabotage ourselves and hold on to things and all that sort of stuff. And so I'm going to draw you some cards, and it's going to be in the timestamps. But let me tell you just a little bit about this incredible full moon that is coming up, how amazing it is, and what you can get from it, whether you join the journey or not. If you do join the journey, everybody who ever joined this journey of mine before, they will tell you that it is incredible. Of all the things that I do, it is my favorite thing of the month to do. It is so exciting. I just love it, because also group intention amplifies everything that you do. And I'm a Cancerian, so my zodiac energy is basically ruled by the moon, and I can tell you, when you want me to be super on point, it is when we've got the full moon, and of course with the eclipse going on, which is miracle season, seasons of breakthroughs. They can be challenging though, so they can be challenging sometimes, and that is why I'm so excited about doing these monthly group sessions. And just to let you know very, very quickly about that, I sent you some pre-recorded guided sessions. I draw a card for you every day. I do some distance healing for you. I do some spiritual downloads for you. So it's a beautiful, comprehensive mini online workshop. But I don't put you in a group, because when you're in a group, you can't be that anonymous, and this is a personal journey. So I send everything to your WhatsApp number. And of course, if you don't have WhatsApp, you can just download it. It's a free app. All right, all the details in the description. You can look a bit more around that. But so this full moon in September is the harvest full moon. Now obviously that September energy is a little bit of a it's a little bit of a all over the place energy. In any case, there's a lot of memory still with things like 9/11, which is very, very challenging thing for many people still. And there's a lot of other energies that kind of goes along with that as well. I'm not going to get into it too much, but September 11th itself, apart from 9/11 that took place, there's a lot of things that are synonymous with that date as well. Also something incredible that happened in South Africa. I think it was like 3-4 days ago. There were actually some meteorites that came out of the sky close to the area where I grew up in the Eastern Cape, literally hit Earth. And meteorites is actually, it's a sign of like its spiritual upgrade, and there's this amazing alignment that is currently taking place. I'm going to speak more about that in the journey itself, but where our DNA is basically upgraded. So there's a lot of things that are happening at the moment, and I don't want you to be scared of the things that are happening, because everything that's happening is happening right on point, and your soul knew that these things were going to happen, and you knew when you came here that you would be all right, and you knew that you would have options in order to go through it. Things like this video, things like this monthly journey, you knew that you would be able to find it, right? So be open to the possibilities. And a lot of times we are so scared, but fear, fear is a normal human emotion, But if you do nothing about it, it will drive you insane. And the more you know, the more you can empower yourself. And, you know, knowledge is literally the potential for power. It's the potential for choice. And that is pretty much what this, you know, full moon energy is coming about. And of course, it's still in the season, and it's also building up in the season of Virgo, you know, which is that beautiful energy, which is all about, you know, service and being there for one another. And this is a time to really be there for yourself. Because the more you are there for yourself, the more you can be there for others. All right, so that's a big theme that's going around. And how you can be there for yourself in a way that really does benefit everybody beautifully, fantastically, okay? And so the energy around this full moon is a lot about abundance, it's appreciation, you know, it's just a completion of cycles. Completion of cycles is quite a big thing, and that is why the world is feeling a very, you know, very sort of like uprooted and unstable and things like that at the moment. And this is not a time to buy into the fear. Not at all, you know? And this is what I'm very excited to help you with, because with it being an eclipse though, it's one of those seasons, or, you know, like lunar seasons, lunar with the moon, you know, astrological seasons, that kind of raises as many questions as it gives answers. So it gives a lot of answers. Like a lot of things are just becoming clear, and you may have found it in your own life as well, but it still raises a lot of questions. And the questions that it raises, you know, you can look at it as uncertainty and scary and that sort of thing. Or alternatively, you can look at it as opportunities to grow and to expand. Because if you look at it from that point of view, then you can, you know, benefit from it abundantly, beautifully, okay? And, you know, it's, so I'm going to read you a little bit from this Moonology diary of Yasmin Boland. I normally get myself one every year. Well, I started last year and I got one this year as well, which is really quite cool. The one thing that I don't like about it is because it doesn't have a lot of actual diary sort of space, you know. It's very like maybe next year there's a little bit more. I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, apart from that, I really love it, and it's great for a personal journey, really, you know. A big theme around this full moon is forgiveness. It's the, you know, it's the end of cycles, it's the end of karma, so it's all about letting go. And forgiveness you do to set yourself free. Forgiveness is also your superpower, because forgiveness eradicates karma. Karma is a low vibing energy, in a sense that karma is what keeps you in the loop of earth. Sorry, karma in a sense, now this is a lot broader than that, but karma in layman's terms, you can almost think of it as the energy that sort of obligates you to, sorry, I'm just having a look, I'm moving soon. And somebody bought me or gave me this beautiful, you know, those sun catchers? I like those beautiful sort of charms, and it's going to be amazing because I'm going to put it above my fish tank at the entrance of my home. And this is another thing. If you're not already doing this, you want to really consciously focus on creating a beautiful living space for yourself, that your home itself can be a vision board. You know, so that you can channel and maintain positive energy. When you come into your home, you should have a sense of, and that's what I love, and that's what I have in my home, you know. And especially where I'm going now, because I'm moving from the city to the country, which is amazing, because I've been working literally for the last 5 years, sorry, on doing this. So there's no like trucks and stuff in the background, you know. And so when you partake in this full moon journey, I'm going to be in this beautiful mountain surrounded by waterfalls energy with a beautiful courtyard. You're going to see, it's going to be incredible. So if you partake in this journey, you're getting that energy, and it's so cool. So Yasmin Boland recommends, and Yasmin Boland, unless you don't know, she is a moonologist, which is an astrologist that sort of specializes in the energy of the moon, because the moon is all about emotions, okay? And that is why in your tarot reading, you want to look at your moon, because your moon is about your emotions. Let me just make a note here quickly, just to add in for you the free link. So I'm not, you know, I really like this company. I like the way that they work. I'm not like associated with them or anything like that, but you know, if you click it in, I'm going to put it for you in the description where the timestamps are for your tarot zodiac energy, and if you click there, you can get like a nice You know, it's obviously not as detailed as a natal chart reading, which I can do for you, and those are easily like 2.5 hours, up to 3 hours actually, very detailed. But if you're interested in that, you can always contact me. But this one, it gives you a lot of information. It's very, very helpful. So go ahead and have a look at it. All right. Just please note, if you don't know your exact time of birth, do not guess. Okay, don't guess. Rather say you don't know. Just in case you may wonder, for your exact time of date, that is to calculate your rising sign, which is very much about how you make new beginnings, you know, how you start new stuff, how you can maybe hold yourself back. Very helpful, but not imperative. Okay, to the rest of your chart. And oh yeah, there is this beautiful prayer that I want to include in the 4-day journey, that I think Yasmin has got a book that she wrote that is in, let me just see, in a book, Monology. Yeah, she's got this book about monology and astrology, which I don't have. I'm going to read it out for you, but it's going to be part of this beautiful 4-day journey. So in a beautiful meditative state, in a Theta healing state. And Theta healing is when you're in this beautiful connection with the creator of all that is. It's a pure love frequency. And it's also a space for powerful, you know, abundance manifestation, instant healings, all that sort of stuff. It is amazing. If you have looked at maybe my playlist for Theta healing, I've got a whole playlist here on YouTube for Theta healing. It changed my life in less than 2 months. It is mind-blowing stuff. Like a 90-minute session, it's literally, I would say, synonymous to 2 to 3 years of really excellent therapy. It is amazing. So I'm gonna do that as well there for you with the Ho'oponopono prayer, which is that beautiful Hawaiian prayer. And it has those very 4 powerful phrases. I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. But I really want to go into it in detail. And then there's actually a longer sort of original prayer. It's not that long, but it's a longer sort of original prayer, you know, that is actually fitted in with. And I'm going to include that in the journey, as well as this beautiful full moon prayer that Yasmin does recommend you say, you know, you say it once a year under the full moon eclipse, which is what is going to happen this full moon, September the 17th. And it's under the glorious full moon. I forgive everything, everyone, every experience. So I'm just saying this in case you're not going to join the journey, you can write it down. So you do it under the full moon eclipse because it's powerful. And remember, if you do it with a couple of people, really, really great. Take a nice deep breath. Ground yourself to the earth, grab energy from the earth, envision yourself connecting to the creator of all that is, the highest and purest source of love. Draw it into your, you know, into your body, balance it in the heart. Look how beautiful that crystal is shining. Isn't it just beautiful? Love it. Beautiful amethyst. And so you can write it down, you know. So under the glorious full moon, I forgive everything, everyone, every experience, every memory of the past or present that needs forgiveness. I forgive positively everyone. I also forgive myself of past mistakes. The universe is love, and I am forgiven and governed by love alone. Love is now adjusting my life. Realizing this, I abide in peace. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Isn't it just so beautiful? So Yasmin also says in this monology book, this diary, she also says that, let me just see. So take a couple of moments out of your earthly life and connect to your higher self, which means you're safe and all is well, even if you befuddled by whatever going on around you. Note that because this is a full moon eclipse, it's a time to release upsets and dramas. Whether you feel that you've done a wrong thing, whether you feel that you've done the wrong thing by someone or someone's done wrong to you, now is the time to forgive, even if you don't forget. All right? Because the full moon is moving from Saturn to Neptune, you know, under the eclipse. And remember, eclipses is a powerful magical season. All right? So you can move from thinking about bad times, which is Saturn, and a lot of times people give Saturn a very bad rap, you know, like, oh, you know, like everybody's always, and a lot of times I mean, not to judge, but sometimes I hear people in tarot readings go like, oh, look at Saturn, and what about Saturn, and have you looked at your Saturn? And when you kind of listen to them, you realize that they don't really know what they're talking about. It's just like a catchy sort of phrase, because Saturn, yes, it brings challenges in your life, and it's very much like swords in tarot. but it's opportunities to grow. It's the same with retrogrades, you know. Everybody's always so concerned about Mercury retrograde. Oh my goodness, everything's going to go wrong. But it highlights opportunities for you to heal from things that are holding you back. And if every single retrograde, and I'm going slightly off script here now, but not that I have a script, but anyways, that if you have, like, we have 4 or 5 Mercury retrogrades every year, and there are other retrogrades always going on. I mean, Pluto is doing a whole flip at the moment, you know, which is why things are going a little bit hazy-wazy, but it is a way of becoming aware of what is not working within yourself that grants you an opportunity to forgive, to go on, to do introspection, to move on, to release yourself from the drama and the karma that is holding you back, and it keeps you in the loop. So it's mirroring things back to you, you know. So you can look at it as an opportunity to grow, or you can look at it like, oh, life is trying to take me down, and then it will do that. You know, it's like somebody said to me very recently, he said to me, oh my goodness, the thing about Mercury retrograde must be right, because my friend who's an astrologer said, well, Mercury retrograde is going to come around and everything's going to be bad. And I think her phone broke, and she worked a lot on her phone, and you know, like online a lot like myself, and his washing machine broke. And he's like, well, it must be true. I said, well, if you've been expecting it for like 2 weeks to happen, then something must happen, because we create our own reality. All right, so it's a time, this full moon, this super full moon. So here's the thing about it, it's a super moon. And a super moon means that the moon is closer to the earth than it normally is. So it's a pull, stronger pull. So emotions might be quite heightened. It is an eclipse, which means, you know, a lot of things are coming to the surface. It's like almost like stirring up the cup. All right, and this is all for your benefit, and it's in Pisces. And so with Pisces, you know, Pisces can be spicy. But Pisces, you know, it's about spiritual rebirth. It's almost like spiritual, sort of like the readiness for reincarnation, where Aries, what I call the January of the zodiac, is that sense of reincarnation, you know. So I'm not saying who you should or shouldn't follow, or meaning to be judgmental, but what I'm just saying is that, you know, you want to be mindful of following people who kind of amplifies your fear, because the simple truth is a lot of times people do that just to make money from them. It is just a simple truth, you know, because when people are scared, it is easy to control them, and we see a lot of that in the world these days. So what I want you to know, with this being a supermoon and a full moon and in Pisces and eclipse season, you might be triggered like nobody's business. But know that when you are triggered, it means that it's triggering something else that's already within you. I believe that might be from a younger trauma, a childhood. It might be genetic. 99.9% of our problems are genetic. And that's what's really great about Theta Healing, which I love, because it gets to the bottom belief fast. These 90-minute sessions change your life beautifully. Okay? So yeah, it's and that is why I wanted to bring Ho'oponopono into it, because it's all about forgiveness and releasing from the karma that is holding us back. This is the time of generational karmic release. Our DNA is being upgraded like nobody's business, you know. And if you are not doing the work, the forgiveness work, then you might have all sorts of things. You might fall off track, you might feel sick and stuff like that. And just to let you know, a lot of times, you know, I find it more and more these days that people say to me, Adrian, I would love to come to you for a session, but I'm not feeling all that good today. You know, obviously I work online as well as, you know, in person, because I love people. And the thing is, you don't have to show up looking all snazzy when you come to me. And I would say to people that the time when you actually want to come and see me is when you don't do well, because then we can, you know, there's a lot that you can learn from your triggers, because when you really feel it, it's actually even easier to establish where it actually stems from. Okay, all right, so I'm going to draw you some cards, and this is for the full moon. So you still want to go look at all the other readings that I do for you, which are the more broader general ones with more details, because there's just one card draws for your zodiac energy. It's going to be fast, they're going to be timestamped, and remember to go look at the link for you know, for your zodiac setup. Then you can see where all your placements are. I would recommend that you look at all the readings for all the zodiac energies, because there's a little of everything in all of us. You know, we are all human, and we literally start it. Literally, you start it. You know, so we all have a little bit of everything going on in any case. And oh, when I move, I found somebody that's going to crochet my hair. It's going to look so smart. I can't wait to show you. So when you're obviously part of that, you know, that not the three, I want to say 3 day, because it's usually 3 day. When you're part of the 4 day journey, which is the same rate as the monthly 3 day journey, you will see my hair. I'm so excited to share it with you. Okay, so we're gonna start with Aries. So Aries, what do we have for Aries, please? What is it that Aries needs to know? Beautiful, beautiful Aries. So Aries, you've got the King of Swords. Aries, this is the time when you actually want to follow your beautiful mind. You have gone through a lot. And the Aries friends that I personally have, I know this for a fact as well. You have gone through the trials and tribulations. You have gone through the challenges. You have literally seen how dark the dark night of the soul can be. And for many of you, you may have had times when you felt like, this is it, you know, no more out here for me. But, you know, Swords is all about, as I said earlier on in the video, Swords is all about overcoming your own personal challenges and your own personal obstacles and the things that are holding you back. So you have gone through a lot of those things, and you have pulled through a lot of those things. And now you can actually very legitimately look forward to life getting so much better for your beautiful Aries. And if that is something that resonates with you, then place your hand on your heart and say yes to it. You can even visualize it like some energy coming down from the Creator into your heart. You know, say yes to it. And if you're open to it, say, I accept. And when you write it down, it's very, very powerful. So if you're open to it, write it down, I accept. Taurus. Beautiful, beautiful Taurus. What do we have for you, Taurus? So for this full moon energy, Taurus, we've got for you the 8 of Cups. So this is an energy of moving on. But moving on doesn't mean that you sort of like throw the baby out with the bathwater type of thing. All right? Moving on means that you have done what you needed to do in a certain place, in a certain mindset, in a certain lesson, in a certain, you know, company dynamic, in a certain setup, whatever it may be. So now it's time for you to open yourself to new and more and better. In other words, it's time for you to reap your harvest. And I mean, this full moon is called the harvest full moon because, you know, in ancient times, and like sort of like the European folklore sort of places, this is a time where they got their harvest, where they reap their harvest. So this is a time for you to really benefit from, you know, from that which isn't working for you, and to have the willingness to step away from whoever and whatever doesn't serve your highest and best good. And the wonderful thing about this is that you don't really have to like fight or anything like that. You are just willing to release and let go. So if you are, place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath and say yes to it. And, you know, then go ahead in the comments and write, yes, I am ready, I accept. Writing it down is very powerful. Gemini. Gemini. Hope that you're doing amazing. Let's see what we've got for you. My communication is in Gemini, 28.9 degrees. So, you know, I had to check my time since here because sometimes my communication goes a little bit all over the place, and that includes things like keeping timestamps. So, Gemini, you have got a 10 of Swords. So, Gemini, you may have been, you know, you may have gone through a lot of heartache and a lot of disappointment and really things that broke your heart and broke your spirit. But my beautiful, beautiful Gemini, now is the time for you to step away from hoping and wishing and dreaming and really wanting something to work out. There is something here that you are best stepping away from. You know, this might be a relationship, it might be a past loved one, it might be something really, really hurtful. But you know what, Gemini, it's time for you to give yourself a chance. It's time for you to allow yourself to just feel the beauty of life again. And it might be hurtful, but it's more painful holding on. So unfortunately, it might be time for you to cut your losses and to move on. And you might have to do so with tears in your eyes and snot going down your face. But it is better for you to do that because holding on will only hold you back. Okay? And if you are, asking, open to the universe to support you, and you are open to get the benefit from letting go, because there's always a benefit, place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath, say, universe, I'm open to your support. And if you are, go ahead and say yes to it. Write down in the comments, I am ready, I accept. And writing things down is very, very powerful, because writing it down makes it real. Cancer. My beautiful, beautiful fellow Cancerians, what do we have for you for the full moon? Let's see. We've got the Knight of Cups. Cancer, this came out in your 1 till 15 September zodiac reading as well. So if you haven't seen it, you might want to go and take a look at it. Knight of Cups. Knights always come with a little bit of a warning, and you might be getting yourself in a little bit of hot water here, Cancer, especially when it comes to emotions. You want to be careful if you maybe got in a situation where maybe somebody recently, they were very helpful, they were very kind to you. A good question to ask is, are they flirting, or are they just being nice? Are they just being kind? You might be getting in a little bit of a sticky situation here when it comes to emotions. Be careful of holding on to other things. Be mindful of, sometimes your mind can make you a little bit sneaky. Be careful of that. And ask yourself, is this the right connection for you, or are you just lonely? Okay? I personally understand very much how your emotions can mess with you, because it can mess with me. So if you are open to being safeguarded against making a bad decision for yourself, and to maybe connect with those friends and love and everything, and even with your own emotions in a way that is healthy, in your highest and best interest, then place your hand on your heart and say yes to it. All right? And if you say yes to it, my beautiful Cancer, also write it down in the comments. I am ready. I am committed to my highest and best interest. Writing it down is very powerful, because writing it down makes it real. All right? And so when you write it down, you make it real for yourself. Leo. What do we have for you, beautiful Leo, for this full moon journey? We've got the Hanged Man. Now, Leo, this is a time when a lot of people are going to be very, very triggered. And a lot of people are going to go through a lot of stuff. And, you are everybody's go-to person, because you're just so incredible at being incredible, But this is a time to really prioritize yourself. This might be a time when you have to say no. And if there's anything that isn't working out in your life, Leo, which might lead to a lot of frustrations actually for yourself, even anxiety, and it's easy at this space to kind of get into stages where you begin to doubt yourself and even become angry towards yourself. This is a time to surrender, because maybe you've been holding on to certain things for too long. Okay, maybe it's time to let certain energies go. And if you are open to surrendering, and really, because when you do, it is that beautiful ancient knowledge, wisdom of who you are that's stepping forward. So if you are open to that, Leo, and for the benefits it brings, place on your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath, and say yes to it. And also write down in the comments, I surrender. I am ready. And when you do, writing down is a very powerful thing, because writing down makes it real. So write it down. I surrender. I am ready. Okay? Virgo. Beautiful, beautiful Virgo. Let's see what we have for you in this very interesting energy season. I hope that you had an amazing birthday, or if it's still coming, I hope that it's incredible. You've got a Page of Pentacles. Virgo, it's time for you to think of yourself. Boom. Drop the mic. Virgo, it's time for you to think about your future and your next step towards that future of your dreams. It's time to stop dreaming about your future and to actually start pursuing your future. Now, you may say to yourself, well, isn't that a little bit selfish? And I am yet to meet a Virgo that is actually selfish. You are the most kindest, beautiful people ever. Depending on the rest of your chart. But in general, you are earth angels. You are the caretakers. You, regardless of your gender, you are the mothers. A little bit of a strict mother sometimes, because, you're going to give it the way that we need to get it. But you're amazing. So, if you're going to apply that beautiful creative energy of yours, Virgo, start to apply it in, pursuing what you would like to have your life to be. At least think about it, write it down, make a plan towards it, really actively be open to pursuing it in a logical way. Yeah, don't give yourself all sorts of anxiety, but be open to the idea that the life that you always wanted, it's now time to pursue it. Okay? And if you're open to living that beautiful life and you're open to the universe to support, my beautiful Virgo, place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath and say yes to it. And then write down in the comments, yes, I am ready. Writing things down is very, very powerful because writing it down makes it real. Okay? Libra. Libra, what do we have for you in this beautiful, beautiful energy of the full moon? This could be a crazy time for you, Libra. Or it could be very chilled. It can be like literally either one of the two. Page of Cups. Libra, this is the time to really think and to contemplate about what is important to you when it comes to yourself, when it comes to your emotions. All right? You know, a lot of times, I won't really call it a mask or a facade, but a lot of times you are so focused on being there for everyone and how everybody else is doing and taking care of everyone that you completely forget about your own needs. All right? So a good thing to ponder, if it's possible for you over this full moon period, take some time for yourself, even if it's just an hour a day, you know, and even if it means you have to like put yourself in the bathroom or something like that, you know, and just spend some time with the moon and just spend some time with yourself and just, you know, question your emotions. But when I say question your emotions, I'm not talking about raking yourself over the coals here. It's like, how would I like to feel next? How would I like to feel a year from now? How would I like to feel 2 years from now in my life, in my job, in my relationship, in my home? You know, what would I like it to be? It's time to become a bit more clear here about what you want, because it seems like your emotions might be very all over the place, Libra. And as long as our emotions are all over the place, it's very difficult for us to get what we want to get, you know? So think about what is it that you want to feel like emotionally, and then speak to the moon and commit to that. All right? And if you are open to the universe supporting you with that and your dreams beautifully coming through, way past your greatest expectation, Libra, and place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath and say yes to it. And as you do, write down in the comments, I am ready, because writing it down makes it real. All right. Scorpio. Scorpio. Let's see what energy we've got for you with this full moon. My beautiful, beautiful Scorpios. You have got judgment energy. It's got nothing to do with being judging. Not quite. You know? Scorpio, a lot of people have got no idea who you are. You are the gentlest, kindest, most considerate souls. And I know that sometimes you've got all these walls up, which is really a facade that you're so strong, and you'll even tell other people, hey, you shouldn't mess with me. But you've got the most beautiful energy. But Scorpio, it's time to let certain energies go. It's time to cut certain ties. You know, it's good to be considerate, and obviously you want to forgive, but don't give people the opportunity to hurt you again, to hurt you twice, to take advantage of you again. It might be time to cut certain ties here. All right? Do it with love. Do it through forgiveness, so that you can step out of the dynamic of that karma. But it's time to, in order to elevate yourself so that you can live the dream that you want to have and the life that you want to have, that you're worthy and deserving of and really born to live, beautiful Scorpio. It is time to let certain energies go. It's time to let certain people go so that you can go to the next level. When you try to make yourself small, other people have to try to make themselves big, and it's very uncomfortable here in the middle. All right? So remember, we live in a universe of polarity, so let everybody peacefully be where they need to be, and you go where you need to be, and do so with love. Give the love to yourself. And if you are open to beautiful growth, that it's in the best interest of all to cut ties with peace, so everybody's good, place your hand on your heart, Scorpio. Take a nice deep breath and say yes to it. And write down in the comments, I am ready. I release with peace. Writing it down is very, very powerful, because writing it down makes it real. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, let's see what we've got for you for this beautiful full moon energy. You have got the 7 of Pentacles. So Sagittarius, you may have had a bit of a rough time here recently, you know. You're also very prone to anxiety and things like that, and you know, not letting other people see that. So you may have gone through a rough space. And the universe is saying to you, Sagittarius, that do focus on that big dream. Do be open to what you want to have. Do dream big. By all means, most definitely do. But also, you know, don't neglect the daily little task. And it might be hard for you, Sagittarius, because emotionally you might be feeling a little bit sort of like, you know, a little bit like a plastic bag in the wind at this point in time. And you may feel kind of listless, a little aggro. Be careful of like picking fights and stuff like that. Or even if there is a fight, this might be a time to kind of peacefully just like, you know what, not my circus, ain't my monkeys, you know. But the one thing that you want to be mindful of is to complete the daily little tasks that you need to do, otherwise it's going to catch up with you. All right. And my beautiful Sagittarius, if you are open to, you know, the universe working with you, spirit working with you to, in a healthy way, release these emotions, to still get your daily tasks done in a way that is still, you know, for the highest and greatest good of you, to reach your beautiful dream in a wonderful way, to release peace, then place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath and say, yes, universe. And write down in the comments, I am ready. Writing it down makes it real. Capricorn. Capricorn, let's see what we've got for you. Your card is just popping up. You have got the Two of Wands. Capricorn, your ship is in the harbor. You have, and I know that normally the Three of Wands is the energy that says the ship is in the harbor, but what I'm referring to here is Capricorn is very much the power of your imagination. If you can see the ship in the harbor, then it's there. Remember, your mind doesn't understand the difference between what we would call reality and what we would call make-believe. It is the same to the mind. There is no distinction, which is why also Capricorn, you want to be very mindful of that sort of phrase of like, you know, I thought about it, but I didn't say it, rather, because saying makes it real. The brain doesn't distinguish between saying and thinking. It's the same to the mind. All right? So do watch your thoughts. Opportunities for travel here for you, opportunities for new beginnings. The world is literally pretty much your oyster right now. So if you can see it, then you can have it, then you can be it, then you can experience it. Sorry, I'm just waiting for a package to be delivered, so I just checked if that wasn't it. So my beautiful Capricorn, if you are open to dreaming big and living big and all those beautiful, beautiful, amazing things, place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath and say yes to it. And write down in the comments, yes, I am ready. Writing down is powerful because it makes it real. And if you make it real in the mind, then it has to be real in your reality. Aquarius, I hope that you're doing incredible. Aquarius, let's have a look. My moon is an Aquarius, so this is quite interesting. And you want to look at the placement for your moon as well to really benefit optimally from this reading. So you've got the King of Wands. Aquarius, you are ready to love it and jazz it and snazz it. Now, Aquarius, from the past two readings that I've done for you, you know, on my YouTube channel, my general zodiac readings, and if you haven't seen it, go and take a look at it, especially the 25 till 31 August one, and also the 1 till 15 September one. It spoke a lot there, especially in the previous one about, you know, it's like you went a little south there with things there for a while. You know, the ego might have gotten a little bit the better of you, but it's beautiful because I can now see that you're in the space where you are just ready to be your amazing aqua self, you know. So my beautiful Aquarius, this is a time to stand in your power, to be your power, to claim your light. You know, and in that sense, if you have got into the ego but a little there, then that in itself can serve a very, very valuable purpose as well, because it highlights things to us that we are ready to have highlighted. But now it's, you know, just be you. Claim your space in life. Be your awesome, gorgeous self. Follow your intuition. Follow your heart. Let your passion lead the way for you. Be that bright light that just lights up a room when you step in. Okay, and my beautiful Aquarius, if you are ready to shine so beautifully, so brightly, and to just inspire people by just walking down the road or whatever it is that you do, then place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath and say yes to it, because you are ready for awesome things. And write down in the comments, I am ready. Writing it down is very powerful because writing it down makes it real. Okay, Pisces. Beautiful, beautiful Pisces. But the full moon in Pisces, Pisces, very, very typical for you. 5 of Wands here during this full moon and this eclipse energy and the super moon. And this is a time that can be so incredibly overwhelming and crazy for you. This is a time when you want to know that if things go crazy, Pisces, you are being mirrored. It's mirroring you a lot back to you. And you may have taken on a lot of other people's pain. And so a good question to ask yourself is this my emotion, or am I experiencing someone else's emotion as my own? Okay? This is a time to take it as easy as you can take it, to be really super kind with yourself, Pisces. I'm going to say, before you even open yourself to any healing or anything like that, you know, forgiveness or whatever, then you maybe just want to be in a space where you can just pamper yourself. And I would say that more so than for any other of the zodiac energies, I would highly recommend you do take this 4-day journey with me. It starts on the 17th, September the 17th, on the actual full moon. So from the Tuesday till the Friday. So it makes for a beautiful week of healing, and you get to the weekend and you are snazzy, because there is a lot of forgiveness that you may have to do, Pisces. You may be disappointed a lot. A lot of fights or confrontations may flare up with people during the stage, where you may feel that you may have felt very used or disrespected or stuff like that. But also remember that those other people, which are really our soul family members, they show up. We made an agreement with each other before we came to this planet to, you know, at a certain point, I'm going to be ready for growth, and you're going to come in and you're going to trigger me to help me to grow. So my beautiful Pisces, if you are open to growth, place your hand on your heart, take a nice deep breath and say yes to it. Say yes to forgiveness. Say yes to being rid of the things that are holding you back, so that you can shine and you can live your best life yet. Okay? And if you're ready, you write down in the comments, I am ready, because writing it down is powerful and it makes it real. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. From my heart, namaste, love and light. I look forward to connecting with you on the next video.